এনআরবি টেলিভিশনের সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, বাংলাদেশ সেন্টার থেকে মাসুদ করিম আপনাদেরকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি আজকের এই রমজানের বিশেষ আয়োজনের ইফতার পার্টি অর্গানাইজড বাই টরন্টো ঢাকা ক্লাব। এখানে উপস্থিত থাকবেন ফেডারেল, প্রভিন্সিয়াল এবং সিটি লেভেলের বিভিন্ন লিডার, তাদের সাথে কথা হবে এবং সেই সাথে ইফতারের মজার আয়োজন তো রয়েছেই। পুরো অনুষ্ঠানটি দেখার জন্যে এই এক মুহূর্তের জন্য হলেও আপনারা এনআরবি টেলিভিশনের সঙ্গেই থাকুন। দর্শক, আজকের এই আয়োজনটি সম্পর্কে জানার জন্য এখন আমি কথা বলছি কাজী সাকি, যিনি আয়োজনের নেপথ্যে হার্ডওয়ার্ক করে যাচ্ছেন। সাকি ভাই, প্রথমে আপনাকে ধন্যবাদ জানাই এনআরবি টেলিভিশনে কথা বলার জন্য। আজকের এই আয়োজনটি সম্পর্কে আপনার কাছে জানতে চাই।
ওকে, ধন্যবাদ। আমার নাম কাজী সাকি, আমি ঢাকা ক্লাবের ট্রেজারার হিসেবে কাজ করছি। ইনফ্যাক্ট ঢাকা ক্লাব একটা নন ভলান্টারি অর্গানাইজেশন এবং এটা বিভিন্ন ধরনের সিনিয়রদের জন্য কাজ করে, লেটস ওয়ার্ক হার্টের জন্য কাজ করে, বিভিন্ন ধরনের প্রোগ্রাম আছে আমাদের। কিন্তু আজকের দিনে আমরা চাচ্ছি, যেহেতু রোজার মাস রমাদান, সো আমরা সবাই একসঙ্গে সবাই বসলাম এবং যারা স্থানীয় নেতৃবৃন্দ আছেন, যেমন মিনিস্টার বিল ব্লেয়ার, নাথানিয়েল আর্স্কিন স্মিথ এমপি, মেরি মার্গারেট এমপিপি আর ব্র্যাডফোর্ড, সবাই এখানে আসছে।
মানে আমাদের এলাকার যে কয়েকজন লিডার রয়েছে সবার নামই তো আপনি বললেন।
এক্স্যাক্টলি, বিটিসি স্টিওর অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ অলসো স্কারবোরো সাউথ ওয়েস্টের বিল ব্লেয়ার অথবা গেরি আসছে, গেরি ক্রফোর্ড কাউন্সিলর, সবাই। তো এইটা হচ্ছে ইটস অ্যান ইউনিক অপরচুনিটি ফর আস টু মিট ইচ আদার। সো এই রমাদান উপলক্ষে, রমজানের ইফতার উপলক্ষে, যার জন্য আজকের এই পার্টিটা আমরা অর্গানাইজ করছি।
আপনাকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ এনআরবি টেলিভিশনের পক্ষ থেকে।
আপনাকে ধন্যবাদ।
দর্শক, এখন কথা বলছি জামান ভুঁইয়ার সাথে, ঢাকা ক্লাবের সাথে তিনি নিজেকে দীর্ঘদিন ধরে জড়িয়ে রেখেছেন। জামান ভাই, প্রথমে আপনাকে ধন্যবাদ এনআরবি টেলিভিশনে কথা বলার জন্য। আজকের এই আয়োজনটি সম্পর্কে আপনার কাছে জানতে চাই, কেমন লাগছে?
না, খুবই ভালো লাগছে যে এখানে আমরা আজকে সমবেত হয়েছি। আপনাদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলছি যে টরন্টো ঢাকা ক্লাব 1917 সাল থেকে কার্যক্রম শুরু করে এবং একটু ব্যতিক্রম ধর্মী কিছু কর্মসূচি প্রতি বছর আমরা পালন করে থাকি। তার মধ্যে অন্যতম কর্মসূচি হচ্ছে লেটস ওয়াক, আমাদের যেটা সামার টাইমে মর্নিং ওয়াক ডেন্টোনিয়া পার্কে, এবং এটা বেশ এই প্রোগ্রামটা ইতিমধ্যে সাড়া জাগিয়েছে। আজকে সবাইকে এই ইফতার আয়োজনে দেখে ভালো লাগছে। বিশেষ করে বিল ব্লেয়ার আমাদের মাঝে উপস্থিত হয়েছেন, আপনাকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ।
ধন্যবাদ আপনাকে এনআরবি টেলিভিশনে কথা বলার জন্য। Dear viewers, now you see in the camera is Honorable Minister Bill Blair is here. I think he is the big part of our community nowadays, especially always beside the Bengali community. Welcome, Bill Blair. This iftar party organized by Toronto Dhaka Club. So you are talking to NRB Television. Thanks for your time. So how are you feeling this kind of situation like this party?
Actually, I'm very honored to be invited here by the Dhaka Club to celebrate with the community during the holy month of Ramadan, to break the fast at an iftar dinner. I think it's a great honor to be here among my friends in the community. I know this is a very important time for your families and for your community, for your faith. And it's an honor to have the opportunity to join you tonight.
And Mr. Blair, I saw anytime we want to, you come right away.
Well, of course.
I know you are a busy person.
I work for the Bangladeshi people in Scarborough Southwest, and even today we were in Beaches East York. But this is a very important community to me, and it's a very important community to all of us in the city of Toronto. And so I'm always honored to join you.
So, Mr. Blair, how you think it's like this kind of event? How important for the community?
These are very important events because it's a celebration of community, and a celebration of faith, and it's a time of reflection. I think it's a very important time in the community. And for those of us not of that faith, but who are good friends to this community, it's an honor to have the opportunity to join you all.
Thank you so much from NRB Television. Thanks for your time.
Of course, my friend. Thank you very much. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak to you in advance. Dear viewers, we are very happy we got Mary Margaret, MPP, Beaches East York. Welcome to NRB TV. Thanks for your time. So but I know this is a iftar party organized by Toronto Dhaka Club. So but how are you feeling to be here today?
I'm very excited and honored, always honored to be at the Dhaka Club.
And you guys are always beside Bengali community. So
Yeah.
how you feel? How is the Bengali community?
Well, the Bengali community has been so supportive and wonderful with all of us during every election, but just when we're already in power, in the office, they're so supportive, and it's so vibrant and fun to hang out with the Bengali community. Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem.
Thank you so much for your time to NRB Television.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's an honor, and I'd love to come back anytime. Thanks.
You're welcome. Dear viewers, now talking to Gary Crawford, our councillor. Welcome to this party, like iftar party organized by Toronto Dhaka Club. I know you are always beside Bengali community. I think you always enjoy to come in this party. How are you feeling today?
Listen, every opportunity I have to come out to celebrate with the Dhaka Club with the Bengali community is something that I thoroughly enjoy. I've got to know the community so much over the last number of years. In fact, on my way here, I was speaking to my assistant, and we need to look at turning this area into Bangalore. And this has been a promise that both Brad and I made, and we're going to try to make this happen hopefully in the next year town. So we're going to turn this whole area, Beaches East York, and of course Scarborough Southwest, into Bangalore town. That's how important this community is. That's how important the celebration. And we're here, of course, for the wonderful iftar dinner tonight.
And Gary, I heard you always very, very helpful to our community. How you feel when you help Bangladeshi people?
Well, listen, I've got to know the Bangladesh community over the last number of years, and every time I learn something new. So anything I can do to help when I learn about the culture, when I learn about the food, when you learn about your worshiping, everything is a wonderful opportunity to help out and to work with the Bengali community.
Thank you so much from NRB TV. We're looking forward to you for your future help, like continue help.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Dear viewers, now we are talking to our strong voice in Toronto City, especially as a councillor, Brad Bradford. Welcome to this party, iftar party organized by Toronto Dhaka Club. Brad, first of all, how are you feeling this kind of event?
I love it. The Dhaka Club here in the East End is such an important organization, bringing community together. The iftar dinner this evening, a great way to come together during the time of Ramadan, where we reflect and gather as family and friends, and think about all the good things that we have here in the city and the good things that we're going to do together through the next year. Breaking the fast is always something that everybody looks forward to throughout the day, so it's going to be a nice time to sit down, spend some time together, and break the fast.
And Brad, one thing I want to mention here, I know I already told you are a strong voice in Toronto City. Now you are running for mayor. I know if better is possible, good is not enough. So what are you feeling? What's your future plan to be a mayor?
We're going to be a strong mayor of action. We're going to deliver for all the diverse communities across the city of Toronto. This is the most diverse city in the world. That is something that is a real success, a hallmark of Toronto, and we need to play to that strength. We need someone down at City Hall who's going to be focused on less talk, more action, whether that is making our neighborhoods safer, whether that is making the city more affordable, or getting people moving. That is what Torontonians can expect from me, elected as their mayor here in Toronto.
Thank you so much for your time for NRB Television.
Thanks very much. Always great to be here with you.
Viewers are now talking to Nathaniel Erskine Smith. He is here in this party. Welcome to this iftari party organized by Toronto Dhaka Club. So this event, what's your feelings first?
Well, all day I've been part of different activities, so it's amazing to be here with the Toronto Dhaka Club. This morning I was with Muslim Welfare Canada with Project Ramadan, helping to pack packages for 750 families, and then to spend time in our community with friends. It's a perfect way to end the day.
And every day I saw any Bangladeshi event you don't want to miss, so you always want to be the beside of Bangladeshi?
I am lucky to represent such a vibrant Bangladeshi community, and it is just nice to be around friends and nice to be around such a strong community.
And we are so lucky you are in our area's MP, and now you are running for provincial leadership. So what's your future plan, especially for us?
I would not be able to do this job as an MP without such a strong community around me, including our Bangladeshi community. And if I'm going to be able to be successful as an Ontario Liberal leader, it will only be because of a really strong Bangladeshi community all across this province.
Thank you so much for your time for NRB television.
Thank you. Yeah. And Ramadan Kareem.
Thank you. Dear viewers, now I got together like Honorable Minister Bill Blair and Nathaniel Erskine Smith. Already I told you Nathaniel is running for provincial leadership this time. So I just want to first ask to Honorable Minister Bill Blair what your comments about his run.
You know, Nathaniel and I have been good partners serving this community for nearly 8 years. And we work very closely together because for both of us, the Bangladeshi community is such an important part of both of our ridings. And so Nathaniel is someone I get to work with on a very regular basis in Ottawa, but also here in the community because we go to so many events together.
So he been a great leader, especially I'm in Canada like more than 17 years. I saw him. Even my daughter told me you are passed from Melbourne school. Yeah. So he's from our school, Papa. So what's he can do difference in our province?
Well, you know, Nathaniel has always served this province. I know he's very interested in being even a greater service to this community, but also to the province of Ontario.
So Nathaniel, he told so many good words about you. So what do you think? How much difference you can make if you get the leadership for province of Ontario?
Bill and I both got involved in federal politics 10 years ago to make a really big difference for our country. And the Liberal Party was in third place, and we had a very frustrating Conservative majority government. We both stepped up for public service. And when I look at the province of Ontario right now, that's where we can make the biggest difference. We need to rebuild our Ontario Liberal Party, and we need more seriousness. We need competence, compassion, integrity at Queen's Park.
We wish you can make it. And we always have asked for good luck to you for your running. Thanks, Honorable Minister, for your comments, and for Nathaniel, you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our iftar. Let's give a special hand to Toronto Dhaka Club for organizing, shall we? We're very lucky to be able to convene in a wonderful space. We're here at the Bangladesh Center and Community Services headquarters, or BCCS, so a special round of applause for them for hosting us as well. My name is Tanvir, and I'm proud and lucky to be able to MC tonight's formalities, if you will. We are surprisingly starting right at 7 o'clock. For those of you who live with Bengali Standard Time or familiar with it or getting to know it a bit better, we're on good track, I think, and hopefully, as Mr. Saki emphasized, we're going to keep remarks short and brief, and we'll make sure that our hard out tonight is actually breaking fast, so there aren't any excuses, if you can imagine, for us going overtime. So if we all can share in the collective goal here, we've got a lot of people who spend a lot of time in preparing for tonight's events, and we're very glad for everyone. So can we give a round of applause for all the volunteers behind tonight? So we're very lucky to have a lot of dignitaries and a lot of local representation with us today, and we're going to make sure that we can recognize them and have them provide some brief remarks as well. But before I do so, I would like to call upon the Vice President of Toronto Dhaka Club, Ms. Mahamuda Akhtar Helen, if she can come to the stage. All right, well, now it brings me the distinct pleasure to introduce and welcome our representatives to the stage as well. And so if we will minimize our round of applause till everyone gets on stage, I think that's helpful for timing's sake as well. But it brings me great honor to first introduce and welcome our Councillor for Ward 19, Beaches East Shore, Mr. Brad Bradford, who's with us today. Along with them, as everyone will need to get up, I assume, to assemble to get on stage, I'll next call upon Councillor for Ward 20, Scarborough Southwest, Mr. Gary Crawford. I will next call upon Member of Provincial Parliament for Beaches East Shore, Ms. Mary Margaret McMahon. I'd like to call upon the Federal Member of Parliament for Beaches East Shore Canal, Mr. Nathaniel Erskine-Smith. And lastly, the Honourable President of the King's Privy Council of Canada and the Minister of Emergency Preparedness and your Member of Parliament for Scarborough Southwest, the Honourable Bill Blair. And now that they're all seated, maybe we can all give them a much larger and longer round of applause, everyone, shall we? All right, so moving right along, we've got some welcome speeches by some of our Toronto Hockey Club organizers that we wanted to make sure we're able to provide them the time to do so. So at this time, I'd like to first call upon an advisor for the Toronto Hockey Club, Mr. Kofil Uddin Parvez, to say some brief remarks.
Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. It is a holy month of Ramadan. Blessing to bring to you and your family. The fasting is actually not fulfill of religious. The fastings make you the experience. My first experience in the fastings make me feel how people are hunger and the struggle. There's 14 hours fasting. So my father asked me to do the fasting, and then when I was 15 years old. So I feel that time that people in the world without food and how the people are struggling. Then 14 hours I cannot struggle. Then who doesn't have the food? So how the people are struggling and the 2 days doesn't have the food. So this is also bring some educational and fasting. Thank you, and holy months Ramadan bring all the blessing to you and your family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parvez. I'd like to next call upon another advisor for the Toronto Hockey Club, Mr. Soyid Shamsul Alam, if you can say some remarks. Our senior advisor for the Toronto Hockey Club. But in my heart, the most junior.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to see all of our representatives here today and all my friends and brothers and sisters. So fasting is actually one of the pillars of Islam. So this month especially, we only for not eating food and drinks and everything, but we have to restrict our everything. If I see something bad, so I cannot see, I can look ground. So if I hear something bad, so I don't want to listen to these things. So this type, lot of things in the Ramadan time. So if somebody follow this at least 1 month, so they can follow it for the whole year. So this is the main thing of Ramadan. So I will not say anything more because there are a lot of dignitaries, they will speak something. So I'm glad to see a lot of my friends after a long time. So thank you everybody, thank you very much.
I'd now like to call upon our Vice President of the Toronto Hockey Club, Mr. Rumi Khan, to also provide some remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ramadan Mubarak. Also, we are very happy and we would like to have a lot of guests here. And I appreciate it. And on behalf of Toronto Hockey Club, I appreciated all of you to attend our iftar party. And on behalf of our ex-Premier of Ontario, Madam Kathleen Wayne, supposed to be here tonight, but she apologized to all of us that she is not well. She went to the hospital last week, and they keep her in the hospital for overnight. But she promised me that she will be in our picnic June 10th. She'll be attending in our picnic. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming, baby. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. And now I'm very happy to be able to introduce and welcome to the stage our president of the Toronto Hockey Club, Mr. Kokon Abbas, to say a few words.
First, I have to introduce 3 people here. Please come, Sarwar Chaudhary. Please, Sarwar, come here. Rafi Alam and Tanvir Ahmed. Sarbisha. I'd like to advance introduce our 3 future leaders for this community, for this city, and for the country. And I'd like to thank everybody, very short time, And a special thanks for Brad for the Shohid Minar and raising flag on the city. I hope you're going to give declare today. We like to see the Bangla town. It's very important as soon as possible. Thank you, Nathaniel, for because of the you recognize the bill also Parliament for our you are the second. So thank you very much for this. And thank you because of the Heritage Month. You are part of this provincial. Thank you very much. And thank you, Gary. You also maybe help for the declare for the Bangla town. And I'd like to please say a few words for your future. Thank you very much.
I feel like I'm cheating because I'm emceeing this as well, but I will also keep it brief as well for myself. I'm very humbled and proud to be able to say that I've been born and raised here in East York and in Crescent Town, and what I already refer to as Bangla Town. And so many of you are whom I have had the pleasure to spend a lot of time together doing very similar iftar events, and I'm very happy that I do a job that allows me to continue to stay engaged with the community that I can call mine. And it's very humbling for me to be able to give back in the way that I can, and I look forward to being able to do that however that's possible going forward. Thank you so much.
So I think most of you probably already know me as Rafi Saeed, Alumbai's son. So I'm thankful. So you'll know me as Alumbai's son now, and soon enough you'll know me as Rafi Bai. Okay? So I'm thankful, to be in this community from Scarborough Southwest to Beaches East York. Our business is in Beaches East York, and that's what's brought me to meet Minister Blair, Nate, Mary, Gary, and Brad. And I've made good friends with Tanvir and Sarwar. So you'll be seeing a lot of the three of us in various community events, iftars, and all along the way we'll be with you guys. We're gonna send you back to Ottawa for as long as you're willing to go. We're gonna send Nate. We're gonna make Nate our premier, that's for sure. Mary, thank you for holding it down in Queen's Park. So we're always with you. Gary, you're a great budget chief. We're happy to support you all the way. And you are gonna be our mayor. And you got Dhaka Club behind you, all the way.
Hey everyone, being the last of these three to speak is hard because they steal all the good lines. I think I want to actually recognize both of these guys and Rayhan also, who's sitting over there. Good communities are built with, good leadership, both at the both when it comes to veteran leaders in the community, but also with young folks, and these guys are incredible people. I want to recognize the Toronto Dhaka Club for the amazing work that they do, and especially for tonight, for being able to gather all three levels of government here. It's pretty incredible. So great job being able to pull that off, and having everyone together on this Saturday in Ramadan. It's incredible. So you really deserve our thanks. And to the dignitaries here, I think a lot of great things have been said about you guys, and I'm sure, I hope you guys enjoy the iftar tonight.
All right. Well, a big round of applause for us three, I guess. Kind of asking for that. It's a pleasure to be able to work together, and it's great that Civic Action brought the three of us together. And there are many more like us who are doing a lot of great work behind the scenes, and we'll make sure that we can support those who we want representing us, but we make sure that we're providing that space for the next generation to provide some meaningful impacts as well. So thank you again. I gotta stay up here. I'm sorry. Now, without further ado, I'm going to ask our dignitaries to provide some remarks as well. But before I do so, I do want to recognize our local community media partners here. We've got NRB TV here in the front. And we've got Climate Channel over there in the back as well. So a big round of applause for local media that highlights wonderful cultural events that we want to make sure that we can celebrate for ourselves, but we can offer to the rest of our respective communities. So I think it's really important that we can appreciate them as well. So without further ado, I do want to offer the chance for the lovely folks sitting to the right of me to be able to say a few words. So I would like to call upon our councillor for Beaches East York and an official mayoral candidate, and as Rafi has mentioned, someone who's gotten the endorsement of the Toronto Docker Club, Mr. Brad Bradford.
Thanks very much, Tanvir. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's so nice to be here with you tonight. You're all like family to me. We've built relationships over the past couple of years, and you've taken me into your homes, taken me into the community, you've taught me about the culture. I've learned so much from all of you, and in this journey I'm going through right now, I've been going to iftars across the city during the holy month of Ramadan, but it is so nice to be here on a Saturday night to break fast and be at an iftar here at BCCS with the Toronto DACA Club and with each and every one of you. So sincere gratitude and thanks. I hope it's a blessed month of reflection, a time with community. We think about sacrifice, but we also think about the future. Our hopes, our aspirations for this little pocket of Toronto, what we have here together in the East End, for the city, for the province, for the country. You are the fabric of the city. You are what's so great about Toronto. You are why I love this job and the opportunity to serve. We do big things when we come together, and tonight is an opportunity to celebrate that as communities. So my honor to be here with all of you, to have the opportunity to represent you with my friend Gary Crawford down at City Hall. And thanks for having me out tonight. Thanks for all your hard work. DACA Club Toronto, we love you. BCCS, all of you, thanks so much. Over to you tonight. What's that? Yeah, Bangla Town. Bangla Town's coming. It's already here. We know it's Bangla Town. We're working on where's Rafi? We're working on the BIA. Gary and William in Gary's office and Medjabin in my office. We're working on this, so stay tuned. We're actually the DVBIA. There's changes happening there. Some of you guys are plugged in on that, but this is coming. I know William's got it, Medjabin, Gary and I. It's always been Bangla Town, but we're going to put it on the signs. Let's go Bangla Town!
Thank you, Councillor Bradford. I'd now like to call upon our wonderful councillor just to the other side of Victoria Park here, and someone who has been a wonderful friend and ally to the Toronto DACA Club, even during the pandemic when we were trying to navigate, restrictions and making sure that we can stay active and enjoy physical activity in a safe way to do so. And so, Councillor Crawford has won many hearts over for always continuing to join and participate in our events. In fact, he might have the best track record of anyone that's on stage, just for the record. So I'll just mention that.
You want your job?
So I do want to mention that Gary has been the budget chief for the city of Toronto for I think a couple terms now, and so if you can imagine, that is not an easy job for 9 years now. And so we've got to thank him for balancing our books in the way that he can. Yeah. And so without further ado, Councillor Gary Crawford.
Thank you very much, Ramadan Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum to everybody. And again, I want to thank my colleagues here. And as was mentioned, you do have the 3 levels of government here. But what you also have is a commitment from people who really understand and appreciate this community. And we have our duties, whether they're, as I said, my role as budget chief and all the different roles that are here. But we always come back to community. Bill may be in Ottawa, we may be up in Queen's Park, I'm downtown. We always come back home. And home, to me, it's a large word, Scarborough Southwest, but I also look at Beaches East York as home because it's part of our community. It's the DACA Club, it's BCCS, it's the Bengali community, and I've had the honor of getting to know many of you as friends over the number of years that I've been doing this, and I want to just say thank you very much for that opportunity on the cultural side, on the food side, really getting to understand, especially in the holy month of Ramadan, to really understand, and we're breaking fast with you tonight. And again, thank you very much. It's an honor that we are here, that I'm here to be able to do that. With regard to Bangla Town, I was actually just on my way here, and William, we were talking about, when we're the simple things, when do we enter Bangla Town? We haven't quite sorted that out yet, but I know from pharmacy and ward and all the way across, whatever, we're going to figure that out. I'm hoping in the next year we'll be able to come and celebrate Bangla Town in what we all know is the heart of Bangladesh outside of Bangladesh. So that is something we're working on. You all know William, who's in my office. He's tasked with that, of course, with Brad's office. That's going to be our priority over the next year. Thank you very much, and I appreciate being here.
Thank you, Councillor Crawford. I'd like to next recognize the provincial representation that we have with us today, and someone who is elected as of last year, so she can play catch up with that track record, okay? I won't hold you to it, ma'am. But please join me in giving a wonderful round of applause to our Member of Provincial Parliament for Beaches East Shore, Miss Mary Margaret McMahon.
Thank you, and I'm going to be brief because I know everyone's hungry and we were told to be brief. Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here in the DACA Club. My first time here, actually. I'm like, why am I going to a furniture shop? And then I find this beautiful gem of a space upstairs. So, and I've had a tour and it's fabulous. And we'll see about what we can shake out of the province for funding. Well, it's a tough go down there, but we'll see what we can do. So anytime I spend time with the Bangladeshi community, it is a beautiful, warm, fuzzy feeling that I receive. Because of you, I got elected to Queen's Park, so I invite you all down to that Pink Palace if you want a tour, if you want to see what goes on there, but I am forever indebted to you and I'm really appreciative. Donabad.
Thank you very much, MPP McMahon. I'd now like to ask the federal representative for Beaches East Shore, someone we are very familiar with, someone we like to call our own, someone who has worked to recognize Bangladesh and our communities here in the East End tirelessly for the last 7 years, former chair of the Canada-Bangladesh Parliamentary Friendship Group, someone who can wear the heck out of a Punjabi as well. Someone who says he has more than 10 in his drawer. I can't even say I have that many. So yeah, so the track record, you can make up for it with some things like that. So we're gonna give a big round of applause for a federal representative who is also exploring an Ontario Liberal Party provincial bid. And I would also say on behalf of the Toronto DACA Club that we are endorsing you for that bid, and we are going to make sure that we can ensure that happens in this reality. So once again, Nathaniel Erskine-Smith.
Thanks, Tanner. Assalamu alaikum. I was earlier in Ottawa this week, and I had the opportunity to be at an iftar dinner with the National Council of Canadian Muslims, with the special representative to combat Islamophobia, Amir Al-Gawabi, with Islamic Relief. Earlier today, Tanvir and I were up in Markham with Muslim Welfare Canada and for Project Ramadan, where we were part of packing 750 packages for families in need, which is a special thing to do during Ramadan because, as Parvez was rightly noting, the idea here is to serve others, and the idea of sacrifice and the understanding that we are here to serve others. Someone in line, as we were registering, looked at me and said, "Are you a convert?" And I said, "No, I'm just a politician." But we were all there with the shared idea of serving other people and serving those in need, and that's what really unites us and brings us all together in so many ways. And so, it's incredibly nice, and Brad was referencing this, but the idea of crisscrossing, in my case, the province, and the idea of attending different events, it is incredibly nice to be here tonight, where I look around the room and I'm here with friends. And why do I have 10 Punjabis in my drawers? Because for the last 10 years, attending Eid Prayer in Dentonia Park, attending different events, I've received gifts over the years. And so when I open that drawer, I go, I don't even know who I've received all of these from, and I don't know how I'm going to keep up with wearing them. So I just want to say thank you, Ramadan Kareem, of course, and thank you so much for having me. I look forward to spending tonight with you.
Thank you, MP Erskine-Smith. We are approaching iftar time, so thank you to everyone for also bearing with us as we make sure that we can celebrate everyone that we have convened with us, and we'll make sure that we look forward to a wonderful iftar. We're a third of the way there, I think, as of tonight, so we'll make sure that we can celebrate and look forward to Eid as well. And without further ado, last but not least, we not only have a federal minister of many important portfolios, as we know, of experience, but most recently, Rafi made sure to remind me, someone who has won some of our hearts over, because when President Joe Biden made fun of the Toronto Maple Leafs in the parliamentary address,
Minister Blair made sure to not clap for that. So, so we can say we've got a minister who is a tried and true Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and and so it brings me distinct pleasure to introduce the Member of Parliament for Scarborough Southwest, the President of the King's Privy Council of Canada, and your Minister of Emergency Preparedness, the Honourable Bill Blair.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak, and it is truly an honor to be here with you all today. I wanted to begin by thanking the DACA Club, thanking all of our friends in the community for their very kind invitation to join you for this evening's iftar. One of the things that I am very proud of, first of all, I was introduced, I have a number of different titles, and I've been a man of many titles, but at the same time, one of my proudest titles is I'm often referred to as the Bangladeshi Minister in the Government of Canada. And that is a title I have great pride for, because it speaks to the people that I truly represent, which is this community. And we have always been so warmly welcomed here and so warmly and strongly supported within this community. And I'm also very grateful. I think during Ramadan it's a good opportunity to reflect on all of the things that we are grateful for. I'm grateful to this community, but I'm also grateful to be part of an extraordinary team of people that work in Beaches East York, work at the City of Toronto, work at Queen's Park, some of whom want to work in Queen's Park as well. And in Ottawa. We are all blessed because, first of all, we serve this great community together, but we are also blessed because we are able to put any political differences aside, and because we come together and serve this community together. And I'm very honored as well. I want to say that. These are extraordinary individuals, and they are the future of this country and of this province and of this city. And they bring passion and commitment and energy to the future of our city, our province, and our country, for which we are all grateful. But the strength that they draw from this community, the friendship and the things you have taught us all about the importance of diversity, the struggles that newcomers to Canada have, but how they can come together and form a strong community, a vibrant community, a prosperous and successful community, as the Bangladeshi people here in Toronto and in Canada have done, is an inspiration to us all, and it reminds us of the importance of the work that we do. And so I want to just conclude my remarks by offering a very sincere thank you to all of you, and also to all of my colleagues, who we've all made a commitment to a life of service. And we are very fortunate to serve such a fine community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Blair. And maybe we can just give our wonderful dignitaries one more round of applause for being with us tonight. And I think I've got the distinct honor to call upon the most important speaker for tonight for our closing remarks, our Vice President, who I introduced first to join this stage and who's been waiting the longest. I'm going to say Helen Auntie, but also Ms. Mahmouda Akhtar Helen, if you can provide your remarks as well. A big round of applause for her, please. Yes, that's right.
Ramadan Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum to all of my honorable guests and my Bangladeshi brothers and sisters. On behalf of Toronto Dhaka Club, it's my pleasure to invite you and enjoy today. Join with us iftar party. I hope you guys all enjoy tonight. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we have concluded the formalities for the evening. I'll ask our dignitaries to return back to their seats. Thank you so much. And for everyone else, just some housekeeping. We are providing some delicious iftars for all of us here present. So if you aren't already, just make sure you're properly seated at a table. So we'll make sure that those running the food are able to place the food you're going to break your fast in front of you with. So we've got some time before we do break fast. We'll make sure that we call upon one of our members to provide deliver the azan. But we do have about more than 10 minutes, so just make sure if you'd like to stretch your legs, maybe freshen up a bit, but also make sure that you're well seated, that we can all break fast together. So, and thank you again for the patience and being with us today, and Ramadan Mubarak as well.
এনআরবি টেলিভিশনের দর্শক, এতক্ষণ আপনারা উপভোগ করলেন টরন্টো ঢাকা ক্লাব আয়োজিত ইফতার পার্টির মনোজ্ঞ পর্বটি। সাথে থাকার জন্য অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। সেই সাথে আপনারা দেখেছেন যে বিভিন্ন লেভেলের কানাডার লিডাররাও এখানে উপস্থিত হয়েছিলেন। আপনারা জানেন যে কমিউনিটির যেখানে বিশেষ বিশেষ কোনো অনুষ্ঠান হয় সেখানে এনআরবি টেলিভিশন রয়েছে আপনাদের পাশে, এবং আগামীতেও এনআরবি টেলিভিশন আপনাদের সাথে থাকবে সেই প্রত্যাশা জানিয়ে আজকে বিদায় নিচ্ছি। ধন্যবাদ আবারও সাথে থাকার জন্য। ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে।